Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian own, nothing control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live, listening to replay. This is the vault. Always appreciate everybody that tunes in live, listens in the replay. This is the vault. We just want to say thank you for everyone that's listened over the past, what is it, 3 months, all the new subscribers, and as well, want to give a big thanks and shout out to everybody that's listening for years now. We've had people recently enroll in Trustee Training and said, "Oh, I've been listening for 2 years before I enrolled." They listen to a lot of the episodes. So we appreciate everybody that has listened for years. People that are just now reaching out. Once again, we still have those people. We're really thankful for those people that are just now reaching out to the vault. We always appreciate that. It's been a big plus to have people continuously enroll in the training throughout the years. And this is just one of those moments, once again, where we get to give thanks on this episode. We're going to give a review of kind of what the market has offered the vault, what we've seen in the vault, and we're also going to go over a deal in this particular episode. So, once again, we want to give announcements as well on this episode, what we're doing going forward at the vault, and this is one of those episodes. So, definitely want to say thank you for everybody that has listened throughout this year. We've done 3 webinars already this year. We have our next one coming up on April the 7th. So you will see the flyer go up here this week. We're going into a Sunday, every first Sunday of every month, there's trustee training, $100 webinar. And we've made it a point to have successful webinars with enrolled agents, with accountants, with, she has an accounting firm, with uh, we actually had our private wealth advisor come on, um, securities agent. We've had the gambit, and we're going to continue to continuously bring these people forward. We are looking forward to bringing on some more high-powered individuals. So we're doing our best not to reduplicate each of those sessions. We're not planning those out forward, other than they're the first weekend of every Sunday. So we're planning on to be every first weekend of the Sunday. The agenda is usually makeshift because we usually cater it towards the trustees, but you'll all see that on the flyer. So definitely looking forward to April 7th, which is this Sunday. And then as well, we just want to give review for the fact that we've already done 3 this year. Have they've been successful each time. We've had trustees enroll every time after, and so we've gotten to the point where we're back where we're doing Sunday trustee trainings every first Sunday of every month over at the Vault. Feel free to enroll, reach out, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Some people learn better in group settings. So, we're excited about this first quarter that just passed. It was one of those ones where if you can end up, then that's where the great benefit has happened. So many people have said recession for the past year and a half. There has not been one. And for that reason, market conditions are really high. If we go and we see where the market ended on Friday, as of Friday, we can really see that the market has been in an upswing for a while now. When the market has been in an upswing for a while, oil's over $80. The Nasdaq 500 is over 5,000, something that's never been in history. Literally, Dow Jones over 30, 3,800. Let's see some other commodities on the market. We're gonna go point out gold. These are just public assets that are for public display. Bitcoin was over $60,000, over $65,000 throughout the first quarter. Went to $70,000 in the first quarter. That's a huge thing for a lot of the crypto investors. They really felt like the market opened back up for them. When you look at that, we're gonna see what some of the commodities are doing. But for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, the market has been pretty much in a positive upswing. If anybody wanted to ask, you know, it just comes down to that. Where are people investing money right now? They're investing money in the United States. They're investing money in United States companies. Ladies and gentlemen, there are people investing internationally. Here we go. They say, where's money being saved right now? Gold is at $2,200. This is almost like an all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. Like, This is the year almost of a safe haven play. When you've heard these people over the internet talk about, oh, and even yesterday, even recently, we saw someone talk about, oh, you should go into treasuries. It's like, look, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to play it safe, you go into those type of things. But other than that, like, what are we talking about here? Gold was up close to all-time highs, almost surpassed all-time highs. When we look at it, actually is at an all-time high right now. We talk about gold being at an all-time high, ladies and gentlemen. Gold coming out Easter after Easter, coming out over $2,200, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely something that can mess with your mind. You can say, "Oh man, what does the investment landscape look like? What does the savings investor market look like?" People sit here and tell you, "Oh, you should go into a high yield savings account." Like, what are we talking about here? This isn't financial advice or legal advice. We're having that conversation. Is, well, gold has appreciated. What about those treasuries that they're telling you to go get? Are they doing what gold's doing? And does it have the value of a gold? Like, these are things that you have to think about it as as an investor, as a business person. Why? Because these are the things that they're trying to, the public market, the public media is sharing. Oh, go look at these treasuries right now for what, 4%, 5%, 6%, less than 10% return. I mean, give us a break. So, we're going to talk about one of the investments that had come across our table. It's really not an investment, we'll call it a deal. Uh, this is opportunity. They're doing a prioritized capital preservation project focused on giving out quarterly distributions. You could tell it's a REIT. A lot of people ask, oh, Christian, where are the investments at Trust Christian Vote? Where are the investments at? So we're going to the sector. This is obviously real estate. Fortunately, unfortunately, this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We get trustees coming to us all the time talking this stuff. Oh, we got this investment, that investment. The crypto ones got wiped out a year ago. That's a fact. You don't want to hear it. They're on the line, whimpery, pimpery. Oh, what, Trust Christian Vote? I put it in crypto. I told you to do it. I asked you about it. Yeah, and we didn't do it. Oh, well, I told you about it. No, they told us about it. They just sat at dinner with us. They sat at meetings with us. Oh, we're doing this thing. It's giving us this infinite return or whatever it is and all this other stuff. And so there's not too many people in the public marketplace saying that they've made a ton of cash with this. It's an up and down roller coaster. We're gonna talk about this real estate real quick. Class A property, garden style, 296 unit, multi-unit, multi-family acquisition. It's in the Jersey area. Uh, uh, they have a large employer near that area. 97% occupancy. It was an $88 million acquisition. With total cost is $89 million. That means they're making $300,000 each unit. Uh, the current seller spent just $7 million in improvements. 82% of the units have been renovated. Do you see the level of detail that these deals are coming out right now? Oh, there's no money in the marketplace. Trust Christian involved. Money's not going anywhere. No one wants to buy real estate. No one wants to buy commercial real estate. No one wants to. No, the money. You hear the deal? It's we're gonna go through the deal, not, oh, there's no money in the recession. No, this is a current deal that just came across our table, so we're sharing with you deals. They're current deals. 6.36 going cap rate. With a trailing 3 month annual income projection expenses with a 5.6 basic cap rate. Exit cap rate is going to be 5.2. That's what they're projecting right now. What they're looking to give is 17% net investor IRR, which means internal rate of return, which is on a 5 year hold basis. They also have a 20% IRR, net investor IRR, which means they're kicking that out almost on a quarterly basis, with a 3 year hold. They're doing annual average cash on cash distribution quarterly is 5.5%. So they're giving, like they say, that annual internal rate of close to 15 plus. There with a 10% preferred simple annual return. So they may be, and if you really hear this deal, this is one of those ones where don't be fooled by the numbers, in a great way and in a bad way as well. From what we can see, this is one of those deals that, when you look at it, there could be a high potential for an internal rate of return. So even when they talk about those hold periods, you're seeing a good If you're looking for those distributions, that's not a ton of cash, but that internal rate of return and growth on the inside on the principal when they're talking to 3 year hold or the 5 year hold, you could be coming out close to what they would say almost double your money. Think about it. If you're able to go 3 years or 5 years and get that average 20 plus percent hold on the inside growth and appreciation, what you're really looking at, you're looking at almost double your money as soon as you exit, and that's outside of cash distribution. So, once again, some people say, oh, trust Christian, oh, how does it work out here? We got this. Is it working? Is it working? What's going on out here? So we'll share with you who shared us the deal. It's a boutique, a private equity specialized in direct capital placements within the United States of commercial real estate landscape. These deals are happening all the time. 296 units. Oh, it's a what they say, it's a farmer's market. No, it's not a farmer's market. It's a renter's market. Oh, it's a renter's market. Oh, it's a renter's market, right? So if it's a renter's market, are you invested in rental properties? Is your portfolio holding rentals? Is that a priority? Is the multi-unit? These are the priorities. Oh, I'm gonna jump into the game with a single family home. Well, you could jump into the game and put together a team and go after these type of acquisitions right now. And so, how are these deals happening right now? These deals are happening because people are in the rooms that we're going to talk about here moving forward. We talked to some trustees recently about going to a workshop, a webinar, or, going to a conference. And, trustees for years, oh, I want to go, I want to be there, I want to be around the high net worth investors. And ladies and gentlemen, we're here. We've been here for years saying this is the environment to be in. To get in these environments with these higher net worth investors. This is the education that you pay for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the price that you pay for your family admission into the realms of high net worth investor. It's I want to make. There are quite a few trustees that come forth like, okay, we have some new trustees. They have acres of land, multiple acres of land that their family has. Ladies and gentlemen, they've already had it for 2 or 3 generations, still not in the correct position. Once they put it in the correct position, it's truly theirs as a family. So since it's theirs as a family, there's no question on generational wealth. They have a system in place. How are your systems? That's what we're going to be going over in the next quarter here is the system, ladies and gentlemen, the system. What system do you have in place to manage the wealth? What system? We sit in the rooms to get better education on how to systematize the wealth so it's perpetual. It's that simple. Putting together the system with processes and procedures. So we tell the families, hey, these are the workshops that you gotta make it to. Why? Because if you don't go, you gotta send somebody. It's important to send one of the team members to go and get the information and get the relationships around the world. That's why you see families usually are bigger in wealth because they have multiple family members that are doing multiple things for the family estate. So, right now it's beautiful as we get to connect with the families that have come through and they're multi generational, and we can get each one of them to speak about it. You can get them to talk about it. You see them set up the formalization of a family well where everybody comes on. Oh, I'm trying to put my estate together. Isn't it a state trust Christian in the vault? I thought it was an estate. Thought it was an estate. The estate has family assets in it, right? Does the estate have family assets in it, or is it just something to say? Does it have assets in it, or does it have a liability in it? Are you the asset or the liability as the manager? So once again, we're looking to review and the 2024 Q1 review and announcements. We've sat on the line. We could literally go back and source all the comments that we've had, whether it's from the webinars, uh, and those have been telltale signs this year. And then not only that, ladies and gentlemen, the investor sentiment in the marketplace. The next 90 days are going to be great 90 days. Put some really good plays out there, some really good bets out there. No gambling, just, some really good decisions towards growing businesses and things of that nature. Growing ideas. Oh, I want to protect assets. Those type of things. Those things are very in to get done. And we look forward to working with those families. It's been a great year so far. Like we say, if you can end the first quarter up and truly with days of surplus, you're good. When you get into you gotta continue when you're just now trying to get on your feet, as people say, or you're hitting reset. That's a great place to be. Still, we're resetting for Q2. We're going into Q2 with a lot of steam, a lot of momentum, and that just means that it needs to be a high level of focus on not just specializing on what you do, but doubling down on victory. This is one of those moments, even on the first day of the new quarter, within the first 7 days of the quarter, just taking as much time possible without it affecting work, quote unquote, or capital, uh, which is to do not only just a review, but to literally do a goal setting session almost for the next 90, but also doing a review for the last 90 and saying, okay, what can we take out of the first 90 of 2024? Somebody may not be able to say they know what they want long term, but they can see what they've done and say, okay, we got to either reduplicate the results, or we have to. Do you know your KPIs for your company? Do you know what numbers got you through the first quarter? And do you know what numbers are going to get you through the second quarter? Do you know what numbers are going to get you through the next part of this year if you can just put two great more quarters together? You think about that, ladies and gentlemen. If you put together 3 quarters, you're above average. So if you put together 2 great quarters, ladies and gentlemen, this year, you're going to be great, a good. And if you can do great 3, that's great. So it's putting together these quarters chunk by chunk, especially when they're talking recession, when they're saying that the market's fickle, when people are saying that the market is not extra great. Ladies and gentlemen, market is a very strong, vibrant market right now. The market sentiment is very, very high. We have the trustee training going on alive and well. We've cut back from doing in-person events. We will do another one this year. And we've cut them back because the events we're able to do, once again, trustee training through webinars every single month. That's important for trustees to come on, get questions, get reviews, things of that nature. So the announcements are that every first Saturday, every first Sunday of every month. That's that. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to reach out to the vault, Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Definitely looking forward to it. Once again, just the review of you know 2024 Q1. We've seen a lot of things change in the marketplace. Nothing overly drastic, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually been very placid. If we were to look at the VIX right now, if you guys want to look at the volatility index, the VIX, which is almost a fear index, ladies and gentlemen, this is once again, this is one of those things that you can go look at and see. Oh man, am I scared? You don't need to be scared. If the public market is telling you to be scared, they'll tell you to be scared. The public market has not been in a scared place for a while. If you look year to date, the volatility is fairly subpar at a 14. And so when you all look at the the VIX and what it has to offer and what it's saying to you there, ladies and gentlemen. Even being at a 14, ladies and gentlemen, throughout the pandemic, we saw it at higher moments. If somebody wants to say it was in an uptrend, it hasn't been, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of those things that you just have to deal with. Whether it's an election year, oh, it's an election year, okay. That's what they're going to say every year. It's an election year. It's not a good excuse. It's just business as usual, ladies and gentlemen. So we definitely are excited to continuously move in this market. We saw someone the other day make a very quick capital appreciation because they're nimble and they're traders. They're not stuck inside of being what's called an investor, and those things are important right now. What is your investment thesis? What is your investment thought process? Are you short term? Are you long term? Are you bet long market? Are you bet big long market? Those are the things that the questions could be asked for any, whether you want to call yourself an investor or trader or any of that, an entrepreneur. These are people that are taking taking risks, ladies and gentlemen. And so the risk right now, the risk tolerance, as you can see, is not even high on the public marketplace and the VIX. And it's just one of those things right now. It should be one of those things where people are not necessarily pushing the needle for investment and risk appetite, but when you really look across the board, this is a very important time to. This is the roaring 20s, ladies and gentlemen. We're in 2024. It's the roaring 20s. You could be 4 years behind the wealth transfer. At the end of the day, if you're right here with the wealth transfer, we're here. It is the roaring 20s. Sorry for people to hear this if you don't want to hear that we are in a roaring 20 session, not a recession. We are in a roaring 20 session. Oh man, the public marketplace, what is it? Volatile as usual? Oh, we're going into an election year. That's about it. Other than that, the market is having to appreciate, and it's appreciating through technology once again. As you can see, whether there was a refraction or a retraction in technology, that's pretty much what we've seen, where technology continuously just develops, and you're going to continuously see breakthroughs in technology, and that's what's going to continuously grow the business marketplace. Maybe it's not intelligence, but it's definitely technology. Humans, they got to use the technology to make things more efficient, more effective. And that's what we're seeing right now. And so those companies are definitely going to continuously benefit. We're hearing all types of things like electric charging stations. That was one of the bigger cool things that we heard recently. They were kind of like, we don't even know if it's just a tax credit because you're letting the charging station use your land. It's just interesting. Some of the plays that we've seen come in through the public marketplace. And when it comes to not just investment, but what the theme of the marketplace is, whether it's still ESG. People say, oh, ESG is not real or something of that nature. But once again, companies are definitely investing in a lot of not green friendly, quote unquote, projects. But I think about it, ladies and gentlemen, an electric charging station, how green friendly is that? A lot of people have to be able to take that reality that how green friendly is it? Is it green friendly or is it just an electric charging station? Because how green friendly is that? But there are a big push for these type of projects because there's more electric cars. So we're not promoting or discouraging this type of thought process and vehicle. We're just going over that. Once again, these are things that we've seen in the marketplace get pushed heavily. Technology, whether it's driverless, driverless anything, like really like technology. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, so we're seeing a very diverse play across the board, but obviously when you see technology taking a heavy investment, what are you going to do? You're going to pour the capital where it's going and where the energy is going, honestly, where the talent is going. And so that's what we see for this year. And the fact that gold is where it's at, ladies and gentlemen, that just lets you know that the engines are burning. People use gold in cell phones. They use gold in technology. They use silver in technology. Ladies and gentlemen, you have gold in your cell phone. So why would gold not be at an all-time high? Technology is moving at its highest it's ever been ever. Today, there's never been more technology used than today, ever. For that reason, there's more gold being used. Supposedly, it's a scarce commodity. So, don't you think the price of it's going to go up? It's a pretty much no-brainer investment, quote unquote, or no-brainer savings. But when you deal with the public marketplace and they call them sheep and they're walking around and they're bad and they're not thinking, because we got to think, ladies and gentlemen. Few of us are thinking, and we understand that the public marketplace, once again, is just a great revealer of the private. People want to hate on the public marketplace, but the public marketplace is a revealer of the private. People got to get their private affairs in order. They say, oh, trust Christian and vote. I'm trying to get my private affairs in order. But you're convoluting the public and the private. You're mixing public and private processes. It doesn't work that way. You're mixing public and private processes. They came to us the other day. Oh, trust Christian vote. We're trying to extract some money out the birth certificate, and it's a security, and it's an exchange, and this, that, and the third. You're mixing the public and private thought processes. That's what's going on. So we're making an announcement. Might want to keep public public and private private. Learn how to become a public trustee and a private trustee instead of being a beneficiary. Because right now they coming in as the beneficiary. Oh, trust Christian in the vault. I'm gonna go ahead and be the beneficiary of my birth certificate. You the beneficiary of your birth certificate? I'm the beneficiary of my birth certificate, trust Christian in the vault. You the beneficiary or you the trustee? See, we got them right there. The trustees that have gone through the trustee training, they understand the thought process that Trust Christian is talking about right now. But yes, there are many that come before the vote and say they don't want to be trustees. They want to appoint the judge. They want to appoint someone else a trustee. They want to be the beneficiary. They want to be liable. They want to be liable, eh? They don't know Trust Christian in the vault. They want to be beneficiaries. It's somewhere in their thought process. They want to be beneficiaries. Literally got on the line the other day on a discovery call. You can feel free to reach out and get a discovery call with Trust Christian in the vault. Christian at trustchristian.com. That's the email. Christian at trustchristian.com. They said, oh man, Trust Christian in the vault. I didn't understand who was supposed to be the beneficiary. So you sit and you listen to wealthy people say, I'm not going to make the children the beneficiary, but you don't know why they're saying that. So we get on the line with Trust Christian in the vault and we go over that. That's what happens. Oh, I want to be the beneficiary, Trust Christian in the vault, of my birth certificate. So I could be the beneficiary of my birth certificate. Really? What do you get from being a beneficiary? Do you get distributions? Do you get the work? Or do you get the work or do you get distributions from the work? You hear the difference? Do you get dividends from the work? Do you get dividends from the principal? Who's the principal? Are you the principal? Then they get it mixed up. I'm the executor. Oh, so you're the executor and the beneficiary, right? Let's go there. I'm the executor. Whatever that's supposed to mean, because when we talk about it, are you the creator, quote unquote? Executor usually means creator. And then you didn't want to be the manager of your estate while you're living? No. You wanted to go ahead and be the beneficiary. That means you're a ward of the state. Did we say it? Oh, Trust Christian vote. We'll say it again. So hold on. You want to be the beneficiary of the state's estate. You want to be the beneficiary of the state's estate that they created for a minor by default. Oh, Trust Christian in the vault, you ain't have to say it like that. Because I didn't know that I wasn't supposed to be the beneficiary. I heard on the internet from the internet gurus, goofballs, that that's what I was supposed to do. I was trying to redeem my spirit. I was trying to redeem my soul. I was trying to redeem my paperwork. I'm trying to redeem you. There's nothing to redeem, brothers and sisters. Do you take a position of authority? Do you take a position of accountability? Do you take a position of responsibility? That's the trustee. But what? Hold on. The gurus didn't tell you to be the trustee. They didn't say that. The public information doesn't say be the trustee, right? Yes, it does. It says be the manager. But then they say, well, what about my estate? I'm supposed to be the executor of my estate, right? I'm supposed to be the manager of my estate, right? Supposed to be the manager of your estate, of your family estate or your estate. How does that sound? Your estate or your family estate? Your estate or your family estate? What happened to the family's estate? It's always about your estate. Why? Because those are people that are thinking about things in their personal name. Oh, Trust Christian involved. How do I get my trust in this position? How do I get my business in this position? It's always about the language, ladies and gentlemen. Is it your estate or the family's estate? Is it the family vehicle or your vehicle? Trust Christian involved. I couldn't get it out of my head. I love it too much. It's mine. I couldn't put all those assets and manage it with my family together. And then we get families that do it all the time. It's not about a color. It's not about a race. It's not about a gender. It's about people that have the heart to work together. For people to come together in trust because they trust each other. That's why it works. Because the people in trust have to trust each other. Most people don't trust a lot of things. Okay, well, we work with the families that do. We look forward to hearing from you. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. We actually have the next webinar coming up. We're going to put the flyer up here this week and post it. And so we look forward to having the families that are already enrolled show up, and as well the families that are new going to show up. It's going to be a blast because this one is going to, once again, we're doubling down with the people that you need on your team. This is a team sport, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, I want to manage this and manage that. Name one big business. So are you either a big business or a small business? That was easy to determine. Big businesses, what? They have managers, multiple board members. And in the small business, it's just the solopreneur. And the medium size is right before you get to being a big business. You got to hire a team at one point. You got to put a team in place. Medium-sized business go to about what, 10 million? Pushing it to 20. You get to $20 million as an entrepreneur with yourself, your wife, and a few, maybe family members. Yeah, you got to outsource. Not necessarily everything, but it's time to put a CEO in place. What happens when we talk to these type of entrepreneurs all the time. You don't even know, ladies and gentlemen, we sit in front of entrepreneurs that have over $5 million in place. Annual revenue. Okay. Do they have key man? Oh, we heard that from you, Trust Christian. Oh, we should have key man. We sit in front of entrepreneurs that still don't go get the key man, and they're making the money. 5 million plus, $1 million plus. They didn't go get key man. It wasn't expensive. It was less than $500 a month. It's education, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for your education. Appreciate everybody for tuning in live, listening to replay. Christian at trustchristian.com. Once again, that's Christian at trustchristian.com. Look forward to hearing from you all via the email and as well on the webinar. Christian at trustchristian.com. Peace and joy.